Why does the exact same burger cost $7.73 in Switzerland, but only $2.39 in Taiwan? It's the same ingredients, the same recipe, and the same golden arches. This isn't just a fast food quirk, it's a peek into a global economic puzzle called the Big Mac Index. Created by The Economist in 1986, this index is a digestible way to see if a currency is valued correctly. But more importantly, it shows us the power of purchasing power parity. Simply put, why does $1 buy a full coffee today when 100 years ago it could buy 30 Hershey bars? Today, we're breaking down the invisible tax that is shrinking your savings, why prices are actually skyrocketing, and, believe it or not, why some people are actually getting rich because of it. At its simplest, inflation is a rise in the general level of prices. It's not just one thing getting expensive, it's most things. Groceries, gas, haircuts, and rent all going up at once. Think of it as your money losing its strength. If a carton of eggs cost $3 2 years ago and costs $5.50 today, your dollar hasn't changed its name, but it has lost its purchasing power. You now need more money to get the same amount of stuff. Economists track this using the Consumer Price Index. They basically look at a basket of goods an average household buys and watch how that total price moves year over year. While the US Federal Reserve thinks 2% inflation is the sweet spot for a healthy economy, anything higher can start to feel like a crisis. Why do prices go up? It usually comes down to an imbalance between two forces. Demand pull inflation, this is too much money chasing too few goods. Imagine a booming economy where everyone has a job and higher wages. People start spending more. If businesses can't keep up with how fast we're buying, they raise prices because their stock is suddenly more valuable. Cost push inflation happens when the cost of making things goes up. Think of an oil crisis. If fuel gets more expensive, it costs more to ship bread to the store. To keep making a profit, companies pass those extra costs on to you. Sometimes it's even weirder. In Argentina, the government once reportedly forced McDonald's to sell Big Macs at an artificially low price just to manipulate their standing on the Big Mac Index and hide their true inflation rates. So, who's in charge of stopping this? That would be the central bank. They're the clearinghouse where all bank payments settle. Their main tool is the interest rate on reserves. When inflation gets too high, the central bank raises interest rates. This makes it more expensive for you to get an auto loan or a mortgage. Why did they do this? To slow down spending. If it's harder to borrow money, people buy fewer cars and houses, which allows supply chains to catch up and forces prices to stabilize. It's a delicate balancing act. If they raise rates too much, they risk a recession. Inflation doesn't hit everyone the same way. There are clear winners and losers. The losers, savers. If your money is sitting in a traditional savings account earning 1% interest, but inflation is 3%, you are technically losing 2% of your wealth every year. Fixed wage workers. If your salary stays the same while milk and rent double, your standard of living drops. The winners, borrowers with fixed debt. This is the big one. If you have a massive mortgage at a fixed interest rate, inflation actually makes that debt cheaper to pay back because you're paying with dollars that are worth less than when you borrowed them. Landowners. Physical assets like land and factories tend to retain their value or even go up in price during inflation. Inflation is a normal part of the economic cycle, but understanding how it works helps you protect your future. Whether you're tracking the price of a McDonald's or your own savings account, remember, the goal isn't just to have more money, it's to have more purchasing power.